Hello and good evening and welcome to episode 8 of Sketching Wildlife. And first of all, an apology for such a long absence. I'm afraid the extraordinary time warp of lockdown simply overwhelmed me. Wednesday had 4 sunrises and 96 hours, and time itself had become a vortex that saw me eating the same lemon puff over and over and over again. And in delirious dreams, Einstein, furious in lederhosen, would carve enormous equations from a wall of cheese, shoveling them into the jabbering mouth of a ravenous god. Also, I lost my pen, but not just any pen. This is the 1974 Bic Master Supreme with a double breather. One of a set of 4 given me by the Master of Ruskin, a gift in return for a simple pen portrait of his pug Leonard. So great sentimental value, organic in flow and smooth in action. It's the perfect teaching instrument. But I found it behind the Toblerone, so all is well, and we can begin straight away with the request. Now the request this time comes from James, and James asks, can we help him to draw the humble seahorse? Now James, I think that word is very well chosen. It is indeed a humble animal hanging demure in the seagrass beds, so unlike more ostentatious marine wildlife, the frankly ridiculous antics of the flying fish, the conspicuously public athleticism of the dolphin, and the frankly deliberate impossibility of the life cycle of the eel. Slower than a whelk, it simply hangs and waits. It's designed to shuffle in shallow, temperate and tropical seas. 45 species around the world, 2 on the south coast of England, 1 around the Solent itself. It has no scales, but skin stretched over bony hoops. And although recently evolved from pipefish, it's a very simple animal. It has no stomach, so it has to constantly feed to stay alive. And of course, most famously of all, the male bears the young. It protects the eggs in a pod of seawater in its body, but it does much more than that, supplying nutrients. And it's a true gestation. And is there not an analogy here? Is there not a moral comparison? Is there some allegorical connection to our world, to the human world? No, of course not. It's a fish, but it's a very beautiful fish. So let's begin. And we'll begin, as always, with that left eye. The 1,000-mile stare of the seahorse, so famed amongst mariners. The 3-yard indifference of the right. The long, hoovering snout. Seahorses do indeed hoover their food from the sea around them. A bulbous body, that fantastic prehensile tail adapted for clinging in coral or in eelgrass. The single dorsal fin, the bony crest, and the little ear-like pectoral fins, the bony hoops of the body. And there we have it. But do we? Where are we? What is happening? Where is context? Context, as we know, is critical. And in a moment of almost unbearable pathos, we are going to move from portrait to landscape, because this seahorse, buffeted by the endless wake of jet skis, lies drying on a Portsmouth beach amongst the pebbles and the shells. And yet it is no less beautiful in death than it was in life, and in this perfect symmetry we have all that we need to say once again, that's nature. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.